Namaskar. Welcome to the fourth and final part of the Isha Upanishad series. The next shloka we are going to discuss is shloka number 12 of the Isha Upanishad. The shloka is as follows. Andhang tamhe pravishanti ye sambhuti mupaste. Tato bhuya ifte tamoya u sambhutyamrita. You can see the word-by-word translation of the shloka. If you are deeply interested in it, you can take your time to understand it. Complete translation of the mantra is: those who worship Asambhuti, the unmanifested, the abstract, enter into deep darkness. But those who are solely engrossed in Sambhuti, creation, the manifest form, go into even deeper darkness. Asambhuti refers to that which does not exist or that which has not manifested. In this shloka, Asambhuti represents those invisible, formless powers or elements that we cannot perceive in physical form. It is the unseen truth that is the foundation of everything, yet it is difficult to comprehend and experience. Asambhuti is that Brahman, which is the basis of all, but itself remains unmanifested and abstract. Those who only worship Asambhuti may get trapped in the darkness of ignorance. For example, if a person, thinking God will provide me with food, stops working and neglects their responsibilities, it is an insult to their own dignity and the spiritual principles they believe in. Even though one may believe in principles like Brahman and Atman, it is equally important to work for one's livelihood. Only very elderly or severely ill people, for whom work is impossible, may be exempt from this. Otherwise, everyone should work responsibly and respect their life rather than just worship Asambhuti. Sambhuti refers to that which is manifest or that which has come into existence. In this shloka, it represents all those physical and manifest elements that we can see and experience. Sambhuti refers to the world that can be experienced through our senses. This is nature and the aspect of physical life that is visible before us. Those who are solely engrossed in Sambhuti also enter deep darkness. This teaches us that focusing only on material pleasures can also lead us into ignorance. Just as balance between Vidya and Avidya is necessary according to Shloka 9, balance in the worship of Sambhuti and Asambhuti is also extremely important. So, this was the last shloka of our series. There are many more insightful shlokas in the Isha Upanishad that you should definitely read when you have time. Now, let's quickly recap what we have learned in this series. In our Isha Upanishad series, we have learned how important it is to recognize the presence of God in every aspect of life, to fulfill our duties, and to avoid the darkness of ignorance while progressing towards self-realization. By maintaining balance between Vidya and Avidya, it is possible to attain true knowledge. Thank you for staying with us on this journey of knowledge. If you want information on any particular topic, please comment, and we will do our best to bring it to you. Stay tuned for new series and discussions.